So I'm making a video because I'm looking at my house here outside, and then you see houses and shit with cameras, oops, outside, right? And people are like, oh, well, we gotta be safe and shit. We gotta have all these cameras all up in our house and shit. Then I'm being told I could see you. Oh, prescription glasses, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Saying to myself, these men nowadays that want control over your fucking life, they want to tell you that they're monitoring you. They could see you. Bitch, if I get out the shower, they're like, bitch, I can see you. And I'm like, okay, well, and it's like you bitches want me to feel uncomfortable knowing that you bitches are stalking. I could care fucking less. However, it's making me think, for the people who don't know, the way that this works is your house can be or look quiet and shit, and then you're being fucking harassed and stalked and sexually assaulted spiritually. And that's what the fuck has been going on over here. So that's why people say, well, first of all, they were saying that I was a whore. So I guess there's the cameras proving that I'm not a fucking whore, a physical whore. But they're monitoring me spiritually as well. So the people that can see it, they know about this shit, but don't do shit. But then that's what I want other people to know. What the fuck does it matter if you got cameras all up in your house and in the physical, you're not going to get charged for sexual assault or somebody coming in and raping your children or anything like that, but it's actually being done. They're actually doing it. Like I said, they're doing it to me. They did it to me. They're doing it to my children. So I just want people to know that there needs to be laws for this, because that's something that people don't want to talk about because it's being used and abused with the higher authorities. They say no, but it is. A lot of their tools came from, the devil and shit. Black magic, doing all this kind of shit. People know this. Some people try to act like, oh, if you talk about this shit, you sound crazy. But they're stupid because they know they're the ones doing it. They just want to keep it hush hush. And everybody who talks, they want to put them in the loony bin for speaking up about it. I don't give a flying fuck. I've been a victim of abuse, bitch. At the beginning when this shit started, I was being raped like 20 times a day. One right after the other after the other. Who the fuck would it be? Bitch, I wouldn't even fucking know. It was just like that. So I want people to know that that shit exists, and I want someone who is in political situations and to go ahead and create some kind of law about that, because you know that it exists and there needs to be consequences for the people that are doing this shit. It's like you being killed spiritually. It's the same thing, or you being robbed of your life because someone else wants to live it. You need to be charged for that shit. So back in the day, people used to kill the witches. This is why. This right here is why. What happened to that rule? How come nobody ever talked about that? They talk about everything else that happened. How about what happened to the witches? There was no law of, okay, well, now the witches are safe because of this, or now there's rules to the witches because now we evolved in life, or whatever. Where is all of that? Because they're using it for their advantage. That's why. So I want to speak on it. I'm not embarrassed to speak that I've been a victim of being trafficked spiritually. There's a lot of people who are being trafficked spiritually and physically. If you're a whore in real life, they'll use that shit. They'll exploit you in both sides, bitch. They'll exploit you physically and spiritually. But because they couldn't get me to do it like that other way, then they had me doing it the other way. So, and like I said, without my consent. Still to this day, sometimes I'll feel something downstairs and bitch, without my approval. Okay, so I want that shit to be known. And I want somebody to create some kind of law for that, because it's not fair. It ain't fair for people to, do this kind of shit and then live their life like they didn't do anything. To me, they stole my fucking whole life. There's a piece of shit and his wife that do all this kind of trafficking shit, and they built a life off of doing this to other people. They were like the pimps and shit. And that's some fuck shit. And what they do is they'll just find you, find children, find whatever, and then they'll go ahead and just pimp you out. They'll get the money for it. Especially they'll earn more money if you have any kind of gifts, because that's how they will feed. Basically, they will take you to the elite people, and the ones that are you know, they have the jobs where they're politicians, they're artists, they're whatever, right? So in order to have some kind of talent, they'll go ahead and grape you and take your shit and run off with it. And that's how you do all these destiny swapping shit. That's what this is right here. So I want that shit to be known. And them birds you bitches keep sending my way, I see you, bitch. So fuck you. I'm still gonna speak.